we're going to be doing a mobilization of the upper trap as well as the lateral neck. What you'll need is a barbell set up at about where you'd squat it at, so you'd have to stand up to get it up. So this bar is set for me, and what you'll do is you'll basically just get underneath it, put it so you sort of face the sleeve, and you stand up into it, get some good pressure. I have some plates on there, and you just move the neck around because there are a lot of muscles like the scalenes go from the neck into the trap, and so you want to, and the whole fascia just connects the whole system up. So, oof. You move that neck around, you can move the arm around, go overhead, around, and that's just basically what it's going to look like. So, the basic anatomy of this is we're just trying to hit the top of the trap, the big meat slug on your shoulders, that meat pad, and we're just going to go a little bit into the lateral neck. There's a lot of muscles, a lot of fascia that goes deep, connects all the way through, and that gets gnarly tight. It's really especially tight on me. This is one of my favorite ones. I don't do it nearly as much as I should. And what we're going to do is we have to set this bar up at about that height. I like to put plates on side, at least 25, just so I can really stand up into it and get some good pressure going down into it. You can do it with just the bar, but generally it'll sort of pick up before you ever really get too deep in there. And the basic performance of this is we're just going to spend 2 minutes smashing and then 2 minutes flossing around. And so the flossing around is when you put movement in it. 2 minutes smashing is just finding the knots. You can sort of stand up on it and roll the bar over your traps. And then what you can do is you can sort of shift your hips over. So I'm shifting my hips over like this to sort of get into that crook of the neck, that lateral part of the neck. And you don't have to stand up too hard into it, but it's a good way to get all that junk. And you want to mess around with it. Face forward, face back, floss around, or not floss around, but explore that whole area. And then 2 minutes of smashing, just sort of getting a feel for it, leaning forward like this. And then last 2 minutes is where you'll really things will get a little crazy. Is the arm will start adding a little bit of movement in there, maybe some snow angels, or robot arms. Move the neck around left and right, up and down, maybe just big circles, working out all that junk. And maybe I would probably recommend only moving either your head or your arm, not both at the same time, otherwise people think you're a little crazy. I highly recommend this, especially after heavy pulls, heavy cleans, heavy deadlifts, any workout where you have a lot of pulling from the ground and you have to sort of stabilize the shoulder, and this area gets taxed pretty gnarly after that. Also, if you're just super stressed out, this is a really good one. If you tweak your neck, this is a first stop shop to addressing the base concern of the pain and the knot itself, and this is a great way to work out those knots in your neck. There are some options for this. So what you can do, if you have a voodoo band or a compression band and a lacrosse ball, what you can do is you can take the band, and if you're like at the gym and you just really want to get deep into it, you can sort of, if you see here, you can wrap it around so you have a lacrosse ball to get deep into that guy, deep into some knots. I have in here in my own little home gym, I have a separate barbell specifically with a lacrosse ball taped to it, so that I can set this guy up and do the same stuff. But since it's a point, it's a lacrosse ball rather than the broad surface of the rollers type of the barbell. You can really dig into it, and so this is one of my favorite ones. Just getting under. Oh, you can really find some spots. So if you have the ability to, I would highly recommend getting a lacrosse ball, taping it there. If you're at a gym, the compression band plus lacrosse ball is a really easy, really good alternative to so you don't have to set up and pull off tape. It's really quick and easy. So highly recommend this. Remember, it's 2 minutes smashing, just getting in there, standing up into it, working around, rolling the bar around, and then 2 minutes of flossing around, where you move the neck, move the arm, find some movement, really change the orientation of the muscle fibers underneath the stress of the barbell. Enjoy.